Hi guys, I'm October, but you can call me Toby. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little 2D cat plushie and also go through the making of the ghost. Let's hop into it. Materials for the 2D cat plushie: you'll need stitch markers, a wool needle and scissors. Crochet hooks, I used an 8mm and a 6mm, but these will vary depending on your wool. I used a blanket chenille wool in black. This was one I found at a local party store. It's not particularly good quality. I also have an assortment of colours for the eyes and nose and some polyfill. To start the 2D cat, we will be making the body first. So you're going to chain 28 and then turn. Now that we have our starting chain, we're going to work into the second stitch from the hook, and for row 1 you'll be single crocheting 27, then you will chain 1 and turn. Row 2 will be single crocheting 26, doing an increase, then chaining 1 and turning again. For row 3, going to start off with an increase, single crochet 25, finishing with a decrease, then chain 1 and turn. Row 4, we start with a decrease, single crochet 25, finish with an increase, chain 1, turn. Row 5, we're going to single crochet straight across, so 28 single crochets, chain 1, turn, and on row 6 we will be stopping midway through. So I will actually check my stitches and pop in a stitch marker where I will be stopping. You can see here the shape is starting to come up. One side should be leading out and one side should be starting to dip in. So for row 6 we'll be stopping at 15 single crochets, so I'm going to count out 15 and pop in a stitch marker just so I can make sure I'm not going too far. Then single crochet 15, chain 1 and turn. Row 7 we're going to start with a decrease, single crochet 12, chain 1 and turn. Row 8 single crochet 13, chain 1, turn. Row 9 start with a decrease, single crochet 9, a decrease to end, chain 1, turn. And rows 10 through 13 will be single crocheting 11 with a chain 1 turn at the end of each row. Now you can really see the shape of the body and we can begin to form the head. Row 14, start with an increase, single crochet 9, finish with an increase, chain 1 and turn. Row 15, start with an increase, single crochet 11, finish with an increase, chain 1, turn. Row 16, increase, single crochet 13, increase, chain 1, turn. Row 17, increase, single crochet 15, increase, chain 1, turn. You'll see the head will start to spread outwards. Rows 18 to 21 will be single crocheting 19 with a chain 1 turn at the end of each row. Then we'll move on to our decreases. Row 22, decrease, single crochet 15, decrease, chain 1, turn. Row 23, decrease, single crochet 13, decrease, chain 1, turn. Row 24, decrease, single crochet 11, decrease, chain 1, turn. Row 25, decrease, single crochet 9, decrease, chain 1, turn. Row 26, 4 single crochets, then we'll do 3 slip stitches and 4 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. This will create the base for our ears to sit on. To do the first ear, this works straight into the head, and will be row 27, 5 single crochet, chain 1 and turn. 28, decrease, single crochet 3, chain 1, turn. Row 29, decrease, single crochet 2, chain 1, turn. Row 30, decrease, single crochet 1, chain 1, turn. And last row, row 31. Do a decrease, tie off your work and cut your yarn. The pattern for the extra ear is the same as the last 5 rows. We're going to tie on the last stitch at the top of the head, and we will be, for row 1, single crocheting 5, chaining 1 and turning. Row 2, start with a decrease, single crochet 3, chain 1 and turn. Row 3, start with a decrease, single crochet 2, chain 1, turn. Row 4, decrease, single crochet 1, chain 1, turn. Row 5 is a decrease, and then tie off your yarn. The ears are all done now. Let's move on to the tail. Moving back down to the tail, you can see that we are angling up, so we're going to continue with that shape and tie on to the very last stitch on the end of the tail there. Once tied on, we'll be single crocheting straight into the tail stitches, and row 1 will be single crochet 6, chain 1 and turn. Row 2, start with a decrease, single crochet 3, finish with an increase, chain 1 and turn. Row 3, single crochet 6 across, chain 1, turn. Row 4, single crochet 6, chain 1, turn. Row 5, start with a decrease, single crochet 3, finish with an increase, chain 1, turn. Row 6, decrease, single crochet 2, decrease. And row 7, 2 decreases. Tie off your work. The body is now complete. You'll need to repeat the full body pattern again to create a second panel, and then we will move on to the details. For the face details, use stitch markers to work out where you would like to place eyes, nose. You can add a mouth or whiskers, completely up to you how detailed you want to go. And to place my eyes, I found the center of each ear and then decided on the height I wanted them at on the face, and then just put the nose slightly below but centered in between the two. Embroider on those details, making sure that you tie off the yarn at the back. Alternatively, you can use the smaller crochet hook to simply pull the yarn through, which you can see that I did here while I was trying out if I wanted a pupil or not. But I decided the pupils were not a good look for this type of eye. Finishing up, you want to line up your 2 panels. Make sure those face details are on the outside. Then you are going to tie on, ensuring that you're going through both panels, and single crochet. Again, make sure you're going through both panels. Single crochet fully around the outside. I started on the bottom, worked my way up around the tail, around the body, the head, the ears, back down the head, down the body, and around the corner of the foot. And then I left the whole base open so that I could stuff this with polyfill. You can use any fill you want, whether that's loose yarn bits or some other kind of fibre. Just make sure that you leave an opening so that you can stuff this before you finish the single crocheting around the outside, and slip stitch back into that first single crochet and tie off. Weave in any ends, and I used some additional yarn to fill in any of the loose spaces since this yarn was a bit sparse in some spots. But that is the little 2D cat all finished. You can see here I filled in some of those spaces with yarn. Isn't he so cute? I love this. I love how chunky he is. He's very soft and he'll look so cute sitting on a chair or a couch as decor for Halloween or for any other time of the year. Moving on to the inspiration now, which was this little ghosty fellow. Materials were the same: stitch markers, wool needles, scissors, crochet hooks. For the ghost, I used a different wool, so I used a 6mm and a 3mm hook. I used this Patentile Merino Ombre yarn. It's only 4-ply, but I would recommend using a larger yarn to make the cheeks if you have it in pink. I also used up this wool that I've had in the cupboard for ages. I think it's acrylic, honestly not sure what type of wool it is at this stage. And I also used some of the blanket yarn in black that I used to make the cat. I won't be going through the full pattern for the ghost. It's not my pattern. It was created by Jillian Hewitt from Spinner Yarn Crochet, and I have a link in the description to her website. This ghost is a free pattern that she offers, but it was my inspiration for the cat, 2D cat crochet. Now don't mind the random coloured yarn. I ran out of that white yarn, so I just supplemented with some yarn that I had left over from making the spider amigurumi, and yeah, I just used this on the back, and then I had to use a grey to do my joining stitch as well. But don't mind the random colours, that's just me. The pattern recommends using one single colour. So I came across this whilst looking at inspiration for Halloween crochet, and her ghost was just so cute that I had to make him. And I had never seen anything done in a 2D style before, where you make 2 panels and join them together. And I knew I had this ball of white yarn that I haven't used in the cupboard that would be perfect in size and everything for this project. So I figured, why not make him and just see what 2D crochet is all about. So I hopped into making him. The pattern is very easy to follow, well written. It's more or less no sew, this pattern. There is embroidery for the eyes. The cheeks are actually crocheted and then stitched on, so you know, just that little bit of sewing there, but nothing crazy. It's such a cute, simple pattern. I feel like you could do a lot to add on to this. You could make like a little hat to go with them, or a little pumpkin. So many options and ways to modify this, but even just using the pattern as is, absolutely adorable. I really loved making this, and I was so inspired that I made my own pattern for the black cat. And here is the finished ghost. I know I flew through this process, but as I said, it's not my pattern. The pattern was made by Jillian Hewitt. The link to her website, Spinner Yarn Crochet, is down in the description below, and this ghost pattern is available for free on her website. I do recommend going to have a look. Let me know what you thought of Jillian's ghost pattern and what you thought of my cat pattern. And if you like ghosts in general, I did make some spooky ghost mushrooms previously. I'll link to that video. 2D crochet is definitely something I've really enjoyed, and I'd be keen to try out again. If you've got any ideas of something that would be fun in 2D crochet, let me know. Or if you've got something you really want to see. If you make this cat or the ghost, I'd love to see it. Please tag me. And tag the original pattern designer, Jillian, if you make her ghost. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me. Have a great day. Bye.